you are the vine. Without you, we can do no things. But God, with your help, all things are possible.
Have your way, Jesus. Have your way.
Lord, thank you.
I thank you, Jesus.
Yes, Jesus. Yes, Jesus. My King.
Oh, God.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Jesus.
Oh, God. Hallelujah. Lord. Lord God.
God, have your way, Jesus.
We surrender to you. We yield to you.
God, help
Give
us,
ourselves
Lord.
to
Yield
you.
to you, Jesus.
We make ourselves more
Move in
available
this
to
place,
you, oh
God, I
God.
pray. Move in our hearts, oh God. Move in our hearts, oh God. Jesus.
The glory is yours. The glory is yours. The glory is yours. We magnify your name. We magnify your name. We magnify your name.
Help us, Lord, to yield to you, Jesus.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh God, the enemy cannot overcome your name. The enemy cannot overcome your presence. The enemy cannot overcome your word. The enemy cannot overcome your spirit, Lord. Hallelujah. Jesus. Thank you. You are our strong tower. You are our refuge. You are our strength. You are our help in time of need. You are a very present help in time of need.
To apply your word
Thank
to our
you,
hearts,
Jesus.
oh God, to apply your
Thank you,
word to our
Jesus.
lives.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, I thank you, Jesus.
Yes,
I thank
Lord.
you, Jesus.
Yes, Lord. My God.
Have your way,
Thank you.
Jesus. I thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah. God, I give thanks to you. Hallelujah, Jesus. Thank you, Christ.
Have your way, Jesus. Have your way, Jesus.
Yes, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. Yes.
You may be seated.
Hallelujah, Lord. Hallelujah, Lord. My God.
I'm thankful that I serve a God that answers prayers.
Amen.
That our situations don't dictate what God can do for us.
Amen.
And with that, we shouldn't let our situations dictate our worship
Come on.
or dictate our praise.
Yeah.
There's those that need healing. There are those that need miracles in their life.
Yeah.
I need a healing. I need a miracle
Hallelujah.
that I may have yet to receive, but I'm still going to preach that my God is a healing God.
Come on.
That my God is a prayer answering God.
Yes.
That my God can still do exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask or
Right.
think.
Amen.
Because my God's not dead.
No.
My God's not Buddha, Muhammad, or Krishna, or any others who succumb to death.
Yeah.
I serve Jesus.
Yes.
If we can turn to the book of Esther, chapter number 4.
Yes.
I want to read it. It's a lengthy scripture, but I want to read it.
Hallelujah, God. Thank you, Lord.
You see, Esther, who is Mordecai's family, were under a king. And this king had a wife. And they were partying, and the men were drinking, and they called to the king and said, hey, you should call your wife out here. And he calls to his wife. And she doesn't come. She doesn't answer. She said, I'm not going to go out there and be made like a fool, pretty much, in front of my husband and his friends. And because of that, the men were scared, and they said to the king, if you don't take care of this, then our wives will start acting up and start rebelling against us. And so the king then made a decree and kicked her out of the kingdom. And Esther, the king went and regretted what he had done, but he had made a decree that can't be changed. And he went out to find another woman. And he had many women brought before him. Many of the beautiful women. And among one of those women was Esther.
All right.
And Esther was a Jew.
All right.
And out of all the women, the king chose Esther to be his wife.
Come on.
Now, Esther, being a Jew, is related to Mordecai.
Right.
And the king's second in command, called Haman, would walk around and the people were to bow before him. And when he went through he noticed that Mordecai, being a Jew, did not bow before him and would not bow before him. And bitterness rose up in Haman. And he went to the king and he said, you know what? You should destroy all the Jews. And the king said, okay, I'll do it.
All right.
And there was a decree made that on a certain date, all the Jews could be destroyed. And after they had posted this decree, Esther chapter 4, verse 1. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes,
Yes.
and put on sackcloth with ashes, and went out into the midst of the city, and cried with a loud and bitter voice, and came even before the king's gate. For none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was a mourning among the Jews,
Right.
and fasting and weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai, to take away his sackcloth from him, but he received it not. Then called Esther for Hatat, one of the king's chamberlains,